deep within the vibrant and storied heart of the Ashanti kingdom. The first gentle rays of morning light tenderly brushed over the thatched rooftops and winding paths of the village. As the sun rose higher, a soft, almost secretive murmur of stories began to drift through the warm, fragrant breeze, weaving among the tall trees and lively homes. This peaceful yet charged atmosphere hinted at something extraordinary, setting the perfect stage for a remarkable legend that would be told and retold across generations. It was a tale steeped in cleverness and sharp wit, overflowing with profound wisdom and touched by the subtle enchantment of magic. An unforgettable story, poised to captivate all who encountered it. A young boy strained with every ounce of his strength to haul himself up the steep and unforgiving hill, feeling the heavy burden of a secret wisdom pressing down on his shoulders like an invisible but undeniable force. His muscles ached with the effort, yet he pushed forward, compelled by an unspoken urgency. At that very moment, far below where he toiled, something extraordinary was unfolding, an event that shattered the stillness as it crashed to the earth, igniting the beginning of a remarkable journey. This journey, born from that sudden upheaval, was destined to ripple through the fabric of existence, forever altering the delicate balance between gods and mortals alike, setting in motion changes no one could have anticipated. Anansi, the revered and enigmatic spider god of supreme wisdom, delicately wove an intricate and mystical net, so finely spun and enchanted that it remained completely invisible to the eyes of mortals. This was no ordinary web. It was a magical creation imbued with ancient power and deep purpose. With this extraordinary web, Anansi intended to capture far more than mere knowledge. His grand design sought to ensnare the very core and life force of the Earth's most ancient and sacred spirits, those primordial energies that had shaped the world since time immemorial. Through this invisible and cunningly crafted net, he aimed to harness and hold the essence of creation itself, preserving and understanding the profound mysteries that lay hidden within the natural world, and the eternal wisdom that flowed through the earth's ancient veins. The venerable elders gathered solemnly beneath the sprawling branches of the ancient sacred baobab tree, their eyes fixed intently on the moment ahead, anxiously anticipating what Anansi's next move might be. They were well aware that his sharp wit and clever mind held the potential to unleash profound wisdom or spiral into unpredictable chaos. Yet despite their years of experience and knowledge, not a single one of them could fully grasp or foresee the immense power entwined within the intricate and cunning threads of his intellect. The invisible net cast by Anansi had already swept through, capturing and taking away a vast portion of that precious wisdom before it could reach mortal hands. As a result, only scattered fragments of this priceless knowledge made their way into the world, left behind as mere echoes and faint traces for humans to discover and piece together over time. News of the deceit and cunning trickery quickly spread throughout the dense jungle, eventually reaching the keen senses of Onini the python, the revered and ancient guardian of all knowledge within these wild lands. Utterly enraged and deeply insulted by the audacity of such an act against the sacred trust of wisdom, the great and powerful serpent stirred from its resting place, moving with a fluid, almost ghostly silence through the thick undergrowth. Onini prepared itself with unwavering determination, its mind focused solely on the mission to protect and defend the precious legacy of knowledge, no matter the danger or sacrifice required. The trickster let out a low, mischievous chuckle, thoroughly pleased and quite delighted by the cleverness of his own cunning. he had successfully outwitted the gods themselves. With great satisfaction, he admired how his delicate yet unbreakable silk threads stretched seamlessly from the depths of the earth all the way up to the endless expanse of the sky. These shimmering threads were not mere decorations, but powerful connections that wove wisdom invisibly throughout the world, binding knowledge and insight to every corner in ways no one else could perceive or resist. His clever weaving had created a hidden web of intelligence and influence, quietly controlling the flow of understanding, while remaining completely unseen by the eyes of gods and mortals alike. But Onini was far from being a fool or someone who could be easily deceived. The python, with eyes sharp and mind keen, stepped forward to confront Anansi directly. He boldly challenged Anansi, insisting that the stolen wisdom, which rightfully belonged to the people, be returned without delay. What followed was not a fight of weapons or brute strength, but a fierce battle of intellect and cleverness, where each would test the limits of their wit and cunning. This contest would ultimately determine who, between them, genuinely possessed the true power that comes from knowledge and understanding. With his delicate yet incredibly strong silken threads, Anansi carefully and skillfully wove together an unbreakable net, a masterpiece of intricate craftsmanship that held the stolen wisdom securely and tightly within its grasp. Every strand was entwined with precision and purpose, creating a barrier so firm and resolute that he was convinced no amount of strength or power could ever manage to unravel or tear apart his creation. Not even the mighty guardian of the sky, with all its formidable might and fearsome power, would be able to break through or undo the intricacies of this expertly constructed web that Anansi had so diligently crafted. The scattered fragments of wisdom drifted down softly, much like a gentle and persistent rain, quietly settling into the hearts and minds of the villagers. Even though this knowledge had been taken without permission, it was no longer confined or hidden. It had been freed and was now openly shared among them. This wisdom was passed from one person to another with the same reverence and care as one might pass a sacred flame, ensuring it would continue to burn brightly and guide each generation that received it. Even Tikuma, the mighty and revered sky god, who rarely showed any form of acknowledgement to others, bowed deeply in profound respect. Anansi had achieved something extraordinary, something so daring and unprecedented that no other deity before him had ever dared to attempt. He had taken the ethereal and lofty concept of wisdom, which had been the exclusive domain of the gods, and made it accessible to mortals. He transformed wisdom into a tangible gift, one that humans could hold, learn from, and carry with them. Yet this gift was not without its complexities. It was wrapped carefully in a tale both ancient and eternal, a challenge handed down through generations like a sacred torch. The story carried the weight of countless centuries, echoing the timeless dance between knowledge and humanity, blessing mortals while also demanding they rise to the great responsibility that wisdom entailed. Disguised merely as an unassuming storyteller, Anansi roamed far and wide across countless lands, traveling from village to village, city to city, and beyond. With every step taken, Anansi spun intricate, captivating tales that seemed at first to be nothing more than simple entertainment. Yet woven subtly into those stories were delicate threads of profound wisdom, carefully hidden beneath the surface. Through these narratives, Anansi imparted lessons on resilience, the strength to endure hardship, and continue moving forward no matter the odds. Alongside this, the stories nurtured sharp wit, encouraging cleverness and quick thinking in the face of challenges. Most importantly, These tales taught the invaluable art of navigating the uncertainties of life, mastering the skills needed to survive and thrive with each new dawn that broke on the horizon. Anansi's delicate web was intricately spun and stretched wide beside the tallest and most majestic palm tree in the landscape, forming a shimmering bridge that seemed to connect the very earth beneath it to the vast, limitless expanse of the heavens above. This web is no ordinary construct. It was a conduit through which countless stories, ancient wisdom, and profound lessons traveled effortlessly, weaving their way through the strands with grace and purpose. Like a sacred channel, the web served to unite the mortal world with the realm of the divine, facilitating a timeless and ceaseless exchange that bound these two spheres together in an eternal, harmonious dance of shared. With the sturdy calabash firmly strapped close against his side, the boy moved thoughtfully through the world, absorbing the pearls of wisdom gently and deliberately scattered by the cunning spider god. Each fragment of knowledge, whether taken in secret or handed down freely, settled deeply within him, weaving together a tapestry of understanding that would forever shape the course of his life. This knowledge, a blend of what was slyly stolen and what was graciously given anew, left an indelible mark on his spirit, ensuring that his journey from that moment forward was forever transformed by the gift of insight bestowed upon him. Even the most cunning and sly hyena, known for its sharp instincts and clever ways, cautiously prowled around the farthest edges of the gathering. It was pulled in, unable to resist the magnetic pull created by the soft whispers circulating through the air, whispers filled with promises of power and the deepest, most elusive knowledge. No creature under the vast sky, no matter how wary or shrewd, could deny themselves the temptation stirred by Anansi's grand narratives. These stories were exquisitely woven with threads of delicate silk and sharp wit, captivating every listener who came near, drawing them closer and closer to the source of such mesmerizing tales. Passed down lovingly from one elder to their child, Anansi's wisdom took root deeply, embedding itself in the very hearts and souls of the people. These teachings, passed orally and through shared experience, wove themselves into the community's collective memory. Tales and knowledge that had once slipped away into oblivion, forgotten by time and neglect, were revived and cherished once more. What had been lost stories transformed into the unshakable foundation upon which the culture's strength was built, shaping and defining the identity of the people for generations to come. This wisdom became the lifeblood of their traditions, binding them together with a sense of belonging and purpose that endured through the ages. Yet Anansi's most cunning and celebrated trick ultimately turned out to be his gravest error. Ensnared within the intricate web he had so skillfully woven, Onini found himself desperately struggling, caught like a helpless prisoner in the very snare born from Anansi's brilliance. The cleverness that had once been his greatest strength now proved to be the source of his downfall, as the keeper became irreversibly entangled in the complicated trap, a victim of wit that had spiraled beyond control. Though mischievous and full of playful cunning, Anansi's triumph stood as a shining testament to his extraordinary cleverness, a feat so remarkable that no other god could claim to have outwitted him in such a way. His victory was not merely a chance occurrence, but a clear display of his superior wit and craftiness, setting him apart from all others in the divine realm. Yet wisdom, once it is released into the world, is a force that refuses to be contained or possessed indefinitely, no matter how sly or crafty the one who initially held it might have been. Even the most masterful trickster, no matter how skillful and shrewd, cannot hold on to wisdom forever once it has slipped free from their grasp. The many stories and legends carefully woven together, connecting the earth beneath, the heavens above, and the intricate beating hearts of mortals caught in the struggle. It was within this delicate tapestry of myth and memory, of whispered truths and shared dreams, that the future would take root and rise, guiding the world toward a destiny both ancient and yet profoundly new. From the very topmost palm tree, where the leaves stretched eagerly toward the sky, a brilliant beam of light cascaded down like a radiant waterfall. This luminous glow was more than just light. It was a sign, a powerful signal that knowledge had discovered an entirely new route and direction to follow. Unlike in ancient times when wisdom was thought to be reserved only for gods and celestial beings, this light proclaimed that knowledge now lived within ordinary people. It thrived vigorously in their hearts and minds, pulsating with life and energy that could not be contained or halted. This endless vitality was constantly refreshed and reborn with every story told, every whispered lesson passed along through generations, making knowledge an unstoppable force carried forward by the people themselves. Anansi's enchanting net stretched its delicate, shimmering threads through every single home in the village, weaving an invisible yet unbreakable bond that linked each humble abode to the vast expanse of the heavens and the mysteries that lie far beyond. This ethereal lattice served as a gentle, ever-present reminder that the intricate web of wisdom extends endlessly, connecting all those who earnestly seek knowledge, no matter where they dwell or how far their aspirations reach. Through this magical network, the villagers felt a shared sense of unity and understanding, bound together by a quest for insight that transcended earthly boundaries and touched the infinite tapestry of the cosmos. The boy grew up to become a masterful storyteller, recognized as both the very first and the greatest of his kind. With every tale he told, the timeless wisdom of Anansi continued to breathe and thrive, carried forward through his vibrant and compelling voice. His stories didn't merely entertain, they served as powerful vessels of knowledge and insight, passing down invaluable lessons that resonated deeply, influencing countless generations. Through his gift for storytelling, he shaped not only the minds but also the hearts of all who listened, weaving a lasting legacy that endured far beyond his own lifetime. Earth spirits, initially deceived and caught off guard by the cunning of the trickster, eventually came to accept and welcome the new equilibrium that had been established. Even though death holds no true dominion over the trickster, the wisdom born from life continued to grow and thrive. In this fertile ground, where the past met the present, stories began to take shape and find a permanent place, spreading understanding and insight throughout the world. Thus, from the gants of deception and survival, a fresh harmony emerged, carrying forward the enduring lessons of both mischief and growth. The legend of the trickster continues to endure through the ages, passing quietly from one generation to the next, like a secret whispered softly beneath the endless canopy of stars. This ancient story lives on, carried in the hushed voices of those who remember, growing richer with each retelling. The intricate web spun by Anansi remains ever present, unseen to the eye, yet palpably alive, stretching across time and space in delicate threads. It weaves endlessly, crafting fresh and captivating new tales for anyone bold enough to lean in and truly listen, inviting seekers into its mysterious, enchanting world. Released at last from the confines of the intricate web that had ensnared him, Onini moved with a fluid grace, slithering silently and swiftly back into the dense, shadowy embrace of the jungle. Despite having been caught and held captive, the fire of his spirit never waned. It stood strong and unyielding, ever watchful and unwavering, Onini took up his eternal post, standing guard over the gate of knowledge with a quiet but steadfast vigilance that never faltered. Gathered around the crackling, glowing fires that danced and flickered under the vast night sky, stories would take flight, sparking joy and wisdom in equal measure. These tales wove a powerful thread that bound together the hearts of the community and lifted the spirit of every listener. Anansi's most extraordinary gift was never found in clever tricks or dazzling illusions, but in the profound treasure of shared memory and the enduring promise of hope that those stories carried forward. In the stillness of the early morning, when the first light gently touched the earth and the world was wrapped in a calm hush, it felt as though nature itself was softly breathing out stories, ancient and alive. The Ashanti Kingdom flourished richly during this time, their culture and spirit nourished deeply by the countless tales passed down through generations. These stories were more than mere words. They were vibrant threads weaving together the memories of the past and the hopes for the future, creating an unbroken, timeless rhythm, a dance that celebrated life in all its endless, flowing continuity. Even at this very moment, Anansi continues to spin tirelessly, weaving his intricate web with delicate, silken threads that catch the light and shimmer softly. Each thread he creates is imbued with a gentle glimmer of hope, shining like a beacon in the dimmest corners of imagination. These shimmering strands are not just beautiful to behold, they carry with them the promise of countless untold stories, brimming with hidden wisdom drawn from the depths of experience and insight. For those who dare to place their faith in these threads, who believe in the magic woven through each filament, Anansi offers a pathway to endless adventures, journeys that stretch far beyond the horizons we can see, inviting wanderers and dreamers alike to explore new realms of possibility and wonder. The calabash carries within it far more than just the simple magic of the earth. It reverberates with the resonant echoes of countless stories told across generations. This humble vessel, formed by nature and shaped through time, holds a silent yet profound voice that reaches out patiently to anyone who chooses to stop, listen carefully, and absorb the wisdom woven into the fabric of history. Its presence is a gentle reminder to those open to learning that the past, though silent in form, speaks volumes to those who seek to understand its lessons. Listen well, the elder teased with a twinkle in their eye, for the clever never truly die. It's only their stories that fade away with time. Each burst of laughter that followed seemed to ripple through the air like a living thread, weaving together the eternal dance between cunning deception and the stubborn light of truth. Tales spun and retold became a battleground where wit and wisdom sparred, ensuring that even as years passed, the spirit of cleverness lived on, thriving in every shared chuckle and every whispered legend, passed down through generations. As the sun slowly dipped below the horizon, casting its warm, golden hues across the vast expanse of the kingdom, the day gently gave way to twilight. In this quiet, magical moment, stories that had been shared, whispered, and carried through generations began to settle softly, much like gentle shadows stretching across the land. These tales, filled with the wisdom, dreams, and memories of countless souls, wove themselves delicately yet firmly into the very fabric of the community. Each narrative, no matter how grand or simple, became an essential thread in the intricate and colorful tapestry that was Ashanti's living legacy, a heritage vibrant with life, meaning, and the enduring spirit of its people. The delicate spiderweb shimmered faintly in the fading light, its threads still pulsing with a soft, lingering magic that seemed to hum quietly in the air. This subtle glow was like a silent whisper, a gentle reminder that true wisdom is never truly gone or erased. It simply rests, patiently biding its time until the next curious and clever mind comes along to discover it anew. The web stood as a timeless symbol, weaving together past knowledge and future insight, encouraging seekers to look closely and uncover the hidden truths preserved within it. Even the cunning hyena grinned broadly, fully aware that this tale was merely one of countless stories woven throughout time. In the vast tapestry of Africa's rich and vibrant myths, the clever trickster's game is a perpetual cycle, a never-ending dance filled with wit and sly maneuvers that continue to unfold without a final conclusion. The hyena's knowing smile spoke volumes, acknowledging that no matter how many stories are told, the cleverness and mischief of the trickster always endure, forever twisting and turning through the generations. Even now, stretching far into the infinite distance where the earth meets the sky, Anansi's threads weave an unbroken tapestry that bridges the gap between bygone days and the unfolding future. This intricate and everlasting web, carefully spun from strands of deep wisdom, sharp wit, and boundless curiosity, continues to expand outward, linking moments and minds across time. It is a timeless network that transcends eras, carrying with it the stories, insights, and marvels that define Anansi's enduring legacy. The vibrant festival of stories unfolded with an energy that seemed to carry the entire legacy of Anansi with it. Each dance, full of intricate movements and expressive gestures, served as a heartfelt tribute to the clever god whose influence shaped the very essence of wisdom itself. Every beat of the drums echoed through the air, resonating like a powerful heartbeat that gave life to the ancient tales and teachings. This celebration was more than just a ritual. It was a living, breathing homage to the divine force that had transformed wisdom from a mere concept into something tangible and vital, something that animated the minds and spirits of all who honored Anansi's name. The children moved their small hands carefully across the delicate spider's web etched into the sandy floors. With gentle fingers, they followed the intricate lines, weaving not just through the threads of silk, but also weaving dreams and lessons in their minds. In this simple act of tracing, they discovered that every story carries a special kind of power, one that extends far beyond merely telling it aloud. The web became more than just a pattern. It was a gateway to understanding how stories resonate deeply, shaping thoughts and feelings in ways that linger long after they are spoken. Fireflies gently illuminated the darkness of the night, their tiny lights flickering like scattered pieces of ancient wisdom, each glow representing a unique story. These soft, glowing lights served as beacons, guiding those who wandered beneath the vast African sky, travelers and dreamers alike, on a journey in search of truth, joy, and the simple beauty found in shared laughter under the endless canopy of stars above the savannah. And so Anansi carries on, weaving his intricate and captivating tales with a brilliance that never fades, always sharp and ingenious, never shying away from daring adventures or bold ideas. He beckons us in, warmly inviting everyone willing to listen to step into the vibrant dance of storytelling, a lively, swirling celebration where every thread is vibrant and alive. In this endless circle, the realms of wisdom and wonder come together, intertwining seamlessly in a beautiful, ceaseless embrace that captivates the mind, fuels curiosity, and stirs the soul endlessly. Your adventure into the vibrant and enchanting realms of Africa's deeply rooted and fascinating mythologies is only at its very beginning. There is a whole treasure trove of stories waiting to be uncovered, each one more captivating than the last. So, which extraordinary myth would you like to see brought to life next? Share your desires and dreams with me, and together we will let the next magical tale take shape, carried gently on the breeze, ready to unfold in all its wonder.